In the European Commission, we always look at education from a lifelong learning perspective. Whether it's now education which is formal, informal, non-formal, on all accounts we look at it from a lifelong learning perspective. Why? Because it is important to continue to learn throughout your entire life.
Lifelong learning has affected my life through the realization that learning takes place in many forms and in many places.
I stopped going to university when I was very young, but I never stopped learning.
I learn in my organization, I learned in school, I learn at university, but I also learn in my family, in my community.
So I've gone back to the university and I've done a training as a tourist guide, and I'm still studying.
That is what lifelong learning is for me, and it's also something I try to pass on to others around me.
And I'm learning a lot also in my position now as President of the European Parents Association.
Well, lifelong learning is important for me because it gives the cultural sector the opportunity to show how informal learning can bring people forward in their lives. And then I don't really mean in the sense that they necessarily advance their knowledge, skills or competences, but really their citizenship as such.
In learning society, everybody has a right to control their own the learning activity. So that's why we need in learning society, citizenship education is so important.
Education is not just about the technical skills, it's not just about knowledge, but it's very much about values, and values are the foundations of our society.
If you look from the perspective of learning and an individual growing from cradle to grave, growing in society to take responsibility broadly for what we are and where we want to go as humanity, then it becomes very obvious, and we don't even need to make an argument because everyone will understand that it is not only important but central to our being.
Learning in a holistic way throughout life is the same as learning for well-being.
And we see lifelong learning as a series of competent partnerships through various stages of the life course. And as far as we are concerned, it's about learning for well-being throughout life.
I hope Europe and East Asia continue to close cooperation and exchange.
We actually see lifelong learning platform as our best friend in the Brussels environment, because we've noted that the lifelong learning platform has a huge impact when it comes to being the voice of education.